What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the next episode of our Pokemon X Hardcore Randomized Nuzlocke. Guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I hope you're having a great week as well. This is a busy week for me. We're going to get into all of that, but first and foremost, we are kicking off, I believe, with Singe today. Before we get into anything, if you guys don't mind, it'd be a huge help. Please like the video and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy these episodes. It would really mean a lot to me. It's actually helping out quite a lot. Hopefully getting the content out there for more people to enjoy, especially with upcoming Legends EA. It's going to be awesome. So anyway, let's go ahead. Let's jump into, jumped into, there we go. Okay. I was in OBS there, apparently. Anyway, guys, we are in Singe, and you guys know what that means. We are heading in fighting Lysander. I feel like we fight Lysander like 16 times in this game. We could just sit on that rock, by the way. It's pretty sick. Not actually, but I'm pretty sure we fight him like a lot in this little next section of the game. Oh yeah, the house is like tipped over. We talked about that at the end of the last episode. Anyway, let's jump into this first battle, guys. Hopefully we can make it through without any losses. I feel like our team is looking solid. It's more just a matter of being careful with our decision making, as it should always be. But we're actually going to try for this rock slide here. Yeah, I figure as long as we hit it, that was going to take it out. Anyway, yeah, as I said, guys, busy week this week. So as I think I've talked about last week, the association that I work for, I meant to go for acrobatics. It's fine. The association I work for did have an event last week in Madison, Wisconsin. I didn't end up having to go to it. I think I mentioned again previously, but this was the first event that we had tried in that capacity. And so it was kind of cool. It was a one-day event, much less stress as far as like the planning goes, but it was still stressful. There's always stress going into an event like that. And we now only have one more for the year, and it's actually kind of the same event, just in a different location. So the hope is, at this stage at least, that a lot of the work stress is over for the year. We do have a lot of things coming up due. And as you guys know, that's always a fun time for me because I do have to design up a lot of full page ads, things like that. But it should be fine. No big stress. Looking forward to getting through this next little season of work and then being able to kind of enjoy the fall, man. The weather's been beautiful. My wife and I have been sitting outside in the evening and playing. We play Pandemic every night. I think I've mentioned that a few times. If you don't know that board game, please go play that board game. It's amazing. Big board game people, but we've been playing that every evening, and a lot of the time we've been going out on the porch. I have a cup of decaf coffee in the evening. It just hits different, guys. You don't even know. If you're not a coffee drinker, I'm sorry, you're missing out. But that's been really, really nice. I even got a box of new cigars recently, and so I got to coax some friends into hanging out with me so we can have some cigars. I've talked to a good friend of mine who we're playing a show with as well this week. And then my other friend who might actually watch this video, Zach, if you're watching cigars, that's happening. I learned recently he actually does watch these videos. So Zach, comment if you actually are watching. I want to know. But I would love to have a cigar, genuinely. I was literally thinking about my friend Zach. I'm gonna brag on Zach a little bit here. If he doesn't watch this, it might even be a better thing, but it'll be fine. Zach has been my friend since 8th grade. Well, okay, kindergarten technically, Zach, let me correct it. He and I have been friends since kindergarten. We grew up in the same neighborhood. But for the longest time, we didn't hang out for various reasons. But in 8th grade, we really started hanging out again. And so since 8th grade, we've been, as we would call it, ultimate friends. That story has never changed. That will always be the case. We have our own handshake. Yes, we're 32 with a handshake. And yes, I am fine with it. That's kind of scary. I'm just like mowing through mega Pokemon and some crazy Pokemon as I'm talking about my best friend, but it's fine. Anyway, he is really the catalyst for how I got into music. He and I actually started, I guess it would have been freshman year of high school. We both said we were going to learn an instrument. He was going to learn guitar. I was going to learn drums and start a band. And so I did start drums. He sort of started guitar. Zach, I'm racking on you a little. I'm sorry. He sort of started guitar, and I actually think he's playing guitar in a new band of his, like, very soon. Like, I think now they're starting together right now, which is awesome, by the way. Really super stoked for him. But he's been playing keyboard in my other friend's band. And so we're now all in this band again together. And it's just a wonderful experience. And so I got to see both of them yesterday, as of the recording of this video. And dude, it's just such a pleasure to, I literally left that band practice, and I need to actually text him or call him and just say this in person, because he absolutely needs to know. But he's one of those friends that we can go months, year without seeing each other. Thankfully, like, especially now with practice, it's not that long. For a while, if I'm honest, largely due to my incompetence in planning to actually hang out with him, and mostly because I'm a friend of convenience. I've learned that about myself. I'm really good at being friends with people when they want to come hang out with me. I'm really bad at being friends with people when they want me to go somewhere. And he lives in a different, not a largely different city, but just a different city, and so it's a little bit hard. My fault entirely, but all that to say, it was just so good to see him. And like, he's one of those friends where we can like not see each other for a year, and if I see him, it's just, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. We're just gonna hang out. It's gonna be a great time. We might have a cigar. We might play some video games. I know he's been playing Borderlands 4, as have I, and it's just great. And so I was literally thinking about it after practice the other day, and I'm sort of spilling my heart out here a little bit, but I'm fine with it. I was literally thinking about it the other day. I was like, Zach is just one of the best people I know. He's just so kind. He's such a good friend, and he's just always there. Like, I know if I called Zach, and he's a flight attendant, so he actually might be in a different city, but if I were to call Zach and be like, dude, are you available to come hang right now? If he is, he would be here in no time. He's just that kind of person. And like, I can't thank him enough. I can't be as appreciative as I should be for him, because he absolutely is just a great friend, and he's just a talented guy. You know, we talking about music and stuff like that. Like, he's just always been the kind of person you want to know when it comes to music. He really did inform most of what I listen to, if I'm like being completely honest. You know, in 8th grade, it was stuff like The Used and Under Oath and all that kind of stuff. Later in life, we got into some different stuff. Like lately, that wasn't what I meant, but that's fine. Lately, every once in a while, like Manchester Orchestra is a band that I absolutely love, and anytime they come out with a new album, he's the first person I text, or he texts me and he's like, dude, have you heard this new one? And I'm like, yes, so good. He's just that kind of guy, and so it's an actual literal pleasure to be able to call him a friend. And he told me the other day at practice, he was like, yeah, I've been watching the Nuzlocke, dude, it's really good. And I was like, thank you so much. Like, I couldn't express in the moment because we were kind of in band practice mode, but I was like, that to have a friend that actually watches this is really a pleasure. It's really incredible. And so I'm very thankful for him. And just, you know, the fact that our friendship has stood the test of time, even if it's not like we hang out all the time anymore. Different walks of life a little bit. Like, he's got a girlfriend, living in an apartment, and enjoying, you know, a little bit more freedom in terms of like not having a family tie down. And I say tie down in the best possible way, because I wouldn't trade my family for anything. But he's, you know, he's just more of the like, he's got a girlfriend, he's playing shows most weekends, he's doing the thing, and that's awesome. It's just not where I'm at in life. And so I think really at the core of it, that's been kind of the hurdle that our friendship has had to overcome. And lately it feels like, and maybe it's just because I'm seeing him more often now, that that's much less of a hurdle. And I so appreciate that. And so all that to say, I'm going to text him and we're going to have a cigar soon. But yeah, he's just a really good friend. But we are actually playing a show tomorrow, as of the release of this video, it will be tomorrow. We're playing a show, kicking off a little festival going on in my hometown, well, his hometown too. And it's going to be a great time. We got through the set for the most part the other day. I feel like there were a couple rough spots in the beginning, but I think that was just kind of getting back into the swing of it. And so I'm excited to jump into it. It's really good music. One of our best friends wrote it, and it's incredible. If you are looking for new music, all caps STEV, Stev, is the artist name. Just released not too long ago a song called I Have an End, and we're playing it for the first time live on Wednesday. And it's awesome. Absolutely love playing that song. It's a really fun song. I'm playing drums, and there's a lot of cool little like fill stuff that you get to do towards the end. And I'm so hooked. Like, it's just an amazing song. All that to say, I have been ranting for some time about my friends, and we have just like demolished all the admins with one Pokemon. So let's see what our legendary is going to be. That was such a long rant. Wow. It's fine. Everything's good. I need some water. Ooh, goodness. It's literally been 10 minutes of me ranting while we just not even considering that we could lose. Oh yeah, we have to fight. This is such a dumb part of the game. Like, I appreciate that they made this like a barrier because that's good, but this actually is a lot of battles because I think they're all just back to back. Who do we have out front still? Thomas. You know, honestly, I still think it's Thomas that leads, because Thomas is like, with his immunity to electric types, I feel like he's kind of our Swiss Army knife Pokemon. He's also got a different typing for each move, so I feel like there's a lot of longevity that we can get there. Just feels like the safe bet. Am I overly worried about this? I'm gonna crunch. We're just gonna see how much this does. It's only level 47. I mean, it is a Metagross. All right, cool. Didn't we assault vest you? I feel like we did. That was a good call. All right. Metagross down. A level for Thomas as well. Level 61, dude. Our levels are ridiculous. All right. Do not want to learn Thrash. I hate Thrash. Wormadam. I also hate Wormadam. It's just a dumb Pokemon. I'm sorry. It just is. New Megas to talk about as well. We got Mega Raichu. We got Mega, what's the other? Malamar. I think there was some other stuff. Oh, all the like Greninja. Delphox has a new Mega, which is really sick. There was one more and I can't remember what it was. Anyway, there's some cool Megas. I like all of them. I don't think there's one that I'm just like bleh about. I think Victory Bell was the low point for me. I just didn't really love Victory Bell. Malamar is really sick. I'm actually really stoked about Malamar's Mega. I feel like that's a Pokemon that is so like weirdly cool, but not great. You know, its ability contrary is what makes it good. Without that, it's kind of, you know, just there. Should we swap out? You do have ice type moves, so I feel like it's probably worth it. Let's go. This probably isn't a great switch. It's fine. Anyway, so pretty stoked about Mega Malamar, and I liked all the starter Megas as well. I did read somewhere the headline of Mega Pokemon are back, but there's a catch or something along those lines, and I'm kind of curious what that was. Need to go back and look at that. If anybody knows, fill me in, because I'm very curious. And then the Raichu X and Y, kind of cool. I actually really like them. I kind of lean towards, I think, the X version. But regardless, they both look great. And I'm very curious to learn more about it. I haven't really stayed up on it because I have been kind of deep into Borderlands 2 territory, which, by the way, is amazing. I love it. I've always been a Borderlands fan. Zach, funny enough, is the person that got me into Borderlands. We played Borderlands 1 together a long time ago. He took Mordecai, and I'm so upset. No, he did the right thing. Mordecai is probably the best in the original. Well, he was the coolest. I don't know if he's the best, but he was the coolest Vault Hunter in Borderlands 1, in my opinion. And we both loved him. So he took Mordecai, I took somebody else, but we played through Borderlands 1, and it was awesome. It was so good. And since then, literally this year, I beat Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which is like a spin-off of Borderlands. And then I also went back and replayed. Maybe not did I replay the whole game? I might have. Borderlands 2 I went back and played, which I think traditionally is like the best of the Borderlands games. At least from a story perspective. I think some of the Vault Hunters were also just the coolest. Zero, I think, was he Borderlands 2? I want to say he was. He was really sick. All that to say, Borderlands is one of my favorite game franchises outside of like Pokemon. And I'm so stoked to be able to play Borderlands 4 because it's just incredible. So far, I've really enjoyed it. Now I'm about a third of the way through the game. If anybody else is playing, I'm super curious to know what Vault Hunter you actually chose. I chose Rafa, and I am very happy with that decision. But let's take a pause. We'll talk more Borderlands after it. This is a big moment. Let's get it. In fact, let's do... Get the volume up a bit. Epic. So epic. That's so cool. Let's go. Dude, so epic. All right, we'll turn it back down now. That was really sick. I forgot how cool of an intro that is. Oh man, it's a Regirock. Really? I don't like Regirock. Just don't like Regirock. All right, here's the deal. We're gonna Master Ball this. I'm just gonna do it for nothing else. If nothing else, it's just gonna save us some time. So yes, I am gonna Master Ball it. No, I don't think it's worth it. It's a Regirock. We have a Palkia in the box. We have a Zapdos in the box. We've got a lot of good Pokemon that I would 100% take over Regirock. But it's still a legendary. And you know what? To balance out how nice I have been to my good friend, Zach. There you go. Zach, you get a shirt, bud. I love it. I don't want to add you to my party. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Zach. You'll probably never be used, but you're here in spirit, and that's what matters. A true good friend. Anyway, so I think this is... So we fought Lysander in the previous episode. We fought him at the beginning of this episode, and then I think this is the last Lysander battle. We'll see. I think this is it. Yeah, no, seems fair. Cool. Yeah, a Hoopa, no biggie. Dude, what in the freaking world? All right, I'm just gonna Dark Pulse. Good type matchup at least, and we do one shot. At least it wasn't Unbound. Holy crap, that could have actually been really scary. All right, we're gonna focus up on this battle before we jump back into Borderlands territory, but I think we can O-Wing here. It is kind of ironic that we have Yveltal. We've had Yveltal since like early in the run, but I think that's kind of funny. Sylvia level 56, let's go. Cryogonal. The first like type matchup that's not good, but I think I just Dark Pulse and it should be fine. No, it's not fine at all. Wow. Okay, we're gonna have to swap here. I'm not risking Mario for anything. Mario is probably the coolest Pokemon to ever exist, so it just seems dumb. We got Party here for just such the occasion. It's gonna recover. All right, a bulky lad here, fellas. A bulky lad. We're gonna flamethrower you. This has to take you out, right? Yeah, easy. Easy. Love it. The thing is, like, I know some of you are probably looking at that like, yeah, of course it takes it out. It's a Cryogonal that's like 10 levels below. You have no clue what the ability could be. You have absolutely no clue. Now, I'm not saying it's definitely like I don't know what ability would really save it, but like multi-scale would be a pretty nice ability if it recovered up at full health. You know what I mean? There's a world where we don't take it out. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna just rock slide here. Oof. Good thing Ancient Power does hit on the special side. With the Assault Vest, that's super helpful. We just one-shot a Zapdos, dude. This is a cool battle, though. These are some good mons. Phantom Force. I really want to forget Fly, but... that's actually physical. I don't think I want that. I do like type coverage, but I actually really like having Snarl. Entei, Zapdos. What are these? These are like kind of insane Pokemon. They're just not as insane as Thomas. Love it. Bayonet is the final Pokemon. Yeah, dude, let's crunch it up. There's the Mega we figured it was gonna be. One of the coolest Mega designs, by the way. Probably not anywhere close to the best, but in fact, definitely not close to the best, but it is one of the cooler Megas in my opinion. It reminds me of the... Why can't I think of this? The Nightmare Before Christmas. I was like, the what before Christmas? It's the Nightmare Before Christmas. It reminds me of the Oogie Boogie from that, which is really sick. Guys, Lysander's down. That was nothing. We cannot be stopped, is the takeaway. We're 20 minutes in, Team Flare is defeated, and we caught ourselves Zach. Pretty stoked about that. Anyway, yeah, so Borderlands 4, I do want to go back to this because it is one of my favorite games so far. Absolutely love it. Open world really works for me. I love the fact that they're doing a lot of like small events happening, things like that. 3 billion different weapons, like... Now, obviously, a lot of those are garbage, but like, it's just mind-boggling that they can do that. And story-wise, again, only a third of the way through, but story-wise, this one hits. So like, if you enjoyed Borderlands 2 and not so much Borderlands 3 because of story stuff, totally get that. I think this is the redemption arc. Does that make sense? It's been really fun so far. It's been really, really fun. I've loved it. In fact, I would love to be playing it now, but I also know I need to record this episode, so I had to save the world, guys. Clearly. No, I'm not reading dialogue. This game is old. We don't need to read dialogue. All right, sick. We did it. Oh, hi. All right, I do kind of want to read his dialogue. A long, long time ago. A very long time ago. His music is beautiful. The man made an ultimate weapon. Using it required the life force of many Pokemon. The Pokemon granted eternal life learned this. The resurrected eternal Pokemon left the man's side. The man was surprised and sad. He had revived it so that they could be together. Day after day passed, but they were never to meet. Eventually, he became a mere shell of a man. It was a big shell. A man condemned to wander forever by the light of the weapon. Pretty epic. And a Pokemon that also wanders eternally. Where is it now? What do I have to do to meet it? Excuse me. Don't you fight him after the Elite Four? Isn't that a thing? I think that's a thing. Guys, we're kind of winning the video game. That's all I'm saying. Where do we want to go? Where's the last gym, actually? That's a good question. I think we have to go back here. Is that right? Anastar? And then head, like, south? I don't know. Well, that was, like, a huge part of the game, and we just kind of knocked it out of the park. So, go us. We're amazing. Really, you guys are amazing. Look at this team of Pokemon. Like, did we have any question about it being stopped? I do want to check the ability on Zach. I'm curious. That's also important. So let's see what it is. It could be amazing. Let's see what you got, dog. Bad dreams. The nature is so bad. plus speed to get to a hearty 77 at level 50 and minus attack. The defense is insane though. 217. That is ridiculous. Yeah, it's Zach. I'm sorry, dude. I had to do it. I've been giving you compliments all episodes, so I had to throw a little salt in the wound. All right. In Corway Town? Is that the next town? I hope that's the next town. We do have some encounters, I believe, coming up though here. So that'll be sick. Route 18. We have not had a Route 18. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Let's get a Pokemon. Why not, guys? Let's do it. Or, guys, look. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not catching a Metapod. I'm not doing it. It's a level 44 Metapod. That's great. I'm never gonna use it. I'm sorry. Maybe it would have had some crazy ability. Still a bit Butterfree at the end of the day. Still not worth it. just not doing it. I can't bring myself to Butterfree it up. Nilux. Yeah, dog. I think I've said this before. That was my first like full-on shiny Pokemon in what was it? Not Scarlet. In Sword, excuse me. The other S. Very cool. I think my game audio is just a tad too loud still, but that's fine. Oops, there we go. All right, flamethrower it up. Easy takedown. Love it. What are you? Okay. No, I don't want to do an inverse battle. Seems like a really easy way to lose Pokemon, so I'm not doing it. I will fight this random hiker. He just seemed like he was waiting for it. You know what I mean? Whimsicott's so dang cute, dude. Also, guys, this weekend, I think I mentioned on Thursday, we had a family member, my aunt came into town. She lives in a different state. She was passing through on the way to her daughter, and she stopped in for a night, and it was so good to see her. We never really get to see her because she does live so far away. It's like I say far, it's far enough that like for us, at least with a 2-year-old in the car, it's really not fun. It's just not. It's like a 6 to 7 hour drive somewhere in there. So it's a hearty drive. Like usually our daughter does okay in that regard. She's pretty good about handling a car ride without too many issues. But, you know, as with any kid, you're going to get antsy. Really, I mean, I get antsy in a car after that long. So, like, obviously for her, it's a lot worse. And so, yeah, we don't often get up that way. And obviously she's doing her own thing. So, like, she's not jumping down at every opportunity here. And so it was just really good to see her. She's really fun. She's really, really fun. Latiosite. Yo, that was sick. Also got to go play disc golf with my bud. I played absolutely terribly, but so did he. We played, so there's a course nearby that is, it's not, how do I say this? It's not the most like technical course in the world, but a lot of the shots are really far if you play long tees. So like a lot of courses will do, if you don't play, some courses will do, 18 holes. There's a long tee and then there's a short tee. So the long tee just adds distance, adds complexity. And so it adds a lot of challenge to this particular course. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, dude, like, I texted him before we were planning to meet up, which was like 9 on Saturday morning, which is, when you're playing that long of a course, you need some warm up time, man. I forgot we battle Sycamore here. We didn't have that. And he was like, dude, we play longs always. I was like, do we though? Is that what we need to do? but we went with it. And holy crap, my right arm. So I throw forehand. So not like this, I throw like this. Does that make sense? And so my arm gets wrecked, especially like up in here. My shoulder and my elbow get wrecked. And so like throwing that long, it's a 2.5 mile course, which is for around here, at least, that's very long. Porygon Z! I don't want, dang it. This is always a sad moment for me to have to destroy my beloved Z. Anyway, next Porygon I'm gonna name it Porygon Zach. just cause. That's fun. Anyway, so yeah, we played the longs. It was bad. It was so bad. We were in the like 20 over, 25 over range. It was so terrible. And it sucks too, because like we kicked off and the first hole, we actually like, our drives were good. We were within, I'm going to say like 50 to 75 feet of the basket, which if you don't know is not like 50 to 75 feet. That's not that far. Like you can easily get a disc 75 feet. That's literally not a problem. But our approach shots where we needed to get the 75 feet to the basket, while, ooh, this is actually not great. While we got the distance, we did not get the accuracy. And so we were both putting from like 20 feet or something stupid, like not right at all. We should have definitely played better. And that just set the tone for the entire round. Up until, I will say, the very last hole, which the very last hole on this course is really, really fun. So you basically tee off at the start of this gully, so at like the top of this gully, and you throw down into it, and at the far side of the gully there's like a patch of trees, and then the basket is kind of off catty corner to the right of this basket, or excuse me, of these patch of trees. And so it's a really fun shot, because when you throw, if you don't know, if you throw from the top of a hill or throwing downhill, naturally you're going to be able to throw a lot farther. It's just physics. I don't know. That's just how it works. That's how the world works, kids. Anyway. And so so I threw off of this, and I'm telling you guys, it was one of the most beautiful shots. Again, throwing forearm. When I'm trying to get distance, I try and flex like a fairway driver, because I don't have a whole lot of arm speed. And so I tend not to go higher than a fairway driver if I don't need to. And I flexed it. It was beautiful. I was in, what, kelp? Oh, well, that was actually a really good TM. That's pretty sick. And so like, I got it within, I'm going to say 45. My approach was under, I mean, it was literally like right under the basket, and I was able to just tap in for the par. Amazing. My friend Andy, he also did a great job. Like his first shot wasn't great, but his approach was awesome. He got really unlucky off the tee. He hit a tree, but he bounced back super well. He overthrew it on the approach. But it was like, I mean, he really got close to the basket, honestly. And so it was just a really fun way to end what was a terrible round for both of us. But it's always fun to play, especially with friends. I don't generally like to go out and play on my own. And it's not so much that I don't care about being like by myself playing, like it's fine. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't have the same fun aspect. I like a little bit of like friendly competition in that kind of setting anyway. Guys, I'm not catching a Diglett either. I'm sorry. We're at the point where these encounters are just not what I want. Cause you have, like, I'm not going to swap a Doug trio for anything on our team. I'm just not. So it's been like, it was a really fun round. We had a great conversation just in general as well. So like, we just got to sit and chat. And this is also the friend that we're playing for. Zach and I are playing for. But it was just great. It was all around a really fun weekend. Got to do a lot of fun stuff. My wife, so she moved her day. So if you've been here a while, you know she's had some health issues with a brain tumor, that kind of thing. But she takes medicine for it once a week. And the following day is always a little rough for her. Not rough as in like she feels terrible as barf. It's nothing like terrible. It's just she feels really run down. And it makes it kind of hard for her to be productive and like do things that she wants to do. She's obviously a trooper because we have a 2-year-old and she sort of doesn't have a choice sometimes. And so like she's amazing. I can't speak highly enough about her, but she really is an amazing person. But she was feeling particularly rough on Sunday. And I had to go to practice at 2 for this show coming up tomorrow. And so I felt kind of bad because thankfully our daughter was asleep when I left and she slept for another like hour or so. I was gone for probably close to 3 total. And I picked up dinner on the way home. We got some steaks, grilled them, delicious. She had something she needed me to pick up anyway. And so I went there, to CVS. She had some photos she had to pick up. And then while I was at the store, I was like, you know what? She needs just like a little pick-me-up boost or something. And so I found some flowers and I was like, oh, these are really pretty. They're beautiful. They're sitting on our countertop right now. And every once in a while, I try and just like do something like that where I'm like, hey, I'm just going to pick up some flowers while I'm at the store for my wife. Just like doing that. I think obviously she deserves a much more than flowers. But like, that's just a nice thing to do for her. And so I felt like she really needed just kind of a pick me up. And so I was like, hey, I got these for you just as a thank you, if nothing else. Like you're kicking butt and obviously allowing me some time to go jam with friends is, it's a step above what you normally would need to do. And so I just wanted to make sure she was appreciated. And she loved them. But it's tough because she's such a sweet person, but it's tough with the brain tumor sometimes because it affects everything. Literally everything is affected. And so for 2 years, her body has thought she's been pregnant, basically. And so it's been releasing like crazy hormones and doing all kinds of wicked stuff to her. And it's just tough for her, I imagine. I mean, I can't physically imagine how difficult that is. And so, it's definitely caused some stress and things like that. I feel like lately, it's just been amazing. Like we've each kind of taken our time. She goes to the gym every morning very early. She gets up because she doesn't want to sacrifice time with the family. She is killing it. And so but she's like forcing me now to say like, hey, you have to get out and you have to go do stuff for yourself too, because normally like after work, family is the goal, right? Like I try to cook dinner every night, or at least have leftovers for the next night and all this stuff. And she's like, all right, plan on more leftovers. And then that way you can go out for like an hour. It doesn't even have to be long, like however long you want, but just go and play some disc golf or do whatever you want for like an hour. And I'm like, I know, but I feel bad. Like you're dealing with all this, then you have Layla and all that. But she's amazing. She is like forcing me to do that, which I do appreciate because I felt myself kind of getting too wrapped up in the, like, I have to be on all the time. And it's not easy to do that. And it's really not healthy to do that. And so it's kind of nice to just have like an hour from time to time. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are my days, except this week because I am playing that show on Wednesday. I was like, hey, if I get out one day, fine. But like, I'm not going to stress about either day at this point. Like I just need to be here and help. Oh, there's the freeze. All right. Be right back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. You knew it was going to happen at some point. Good opportunity though, to refill some water, get a little snack. I got, this is a little embarrassing. Do you see 50? Do you see 50 munchkins right next to me? These aren't all for me. Let me be clear. Most of them are gone. So while my aunt was in town, again, only in town for one night. So we were like, well, why don't you, she hasn't met our new dog, all that stuff. I was like, why don't you come over Sunday morning? We'll go grab some donut holes, whatever. and then make some coffee, and we'll just all sit, have some coffee. A lot of my other family came over as well. And it was great. It was nice to just socialize and stuff, but I went and got, a 50 pack of these because it was my mom, my sister, my aunt, my niece, my wife, me, my daughter. I think that was it. Probably could have gotten away with 25 if I'm honest, but look, you got to be level with me. If somebody was like, hey, we need donut holes, you got to go 50, right? Like you have to. So that's what I did. I also have a major sweet tooth, and it might be a problem, but that's fine. All right. Snowbell City. All right, guys. So this is the final gym. Part of me wants to go for the final gym today, and then that way we've only got like Victory Road to do before. God, that's crazy. We might be done in like the next 3 or 4 episodes, assuming it all goes well. Sail Fossil is kind of interesting. Focus Band. Do I want a focus band? I don't think so. I mean, it's not a bad item, but I don't think it's like an item we're going to go for. We don't get to the... Yeah, okay. So we have to go do the little... Forgot about that. Yeah. Where are you? Oh, well, I really wanted that item, but that's fine. So I think we have to go down this way. Do we have to like go get him? He's like in the forest or some weird like secret garden thing. Route 21. Am I right? He might be south of the city. Hold up. I feel like he's south. We'll see. We're gonna find out together, and it'll be great. No? All right, let me actually talk to this guy again. I did not pay any attention. He's out right now. He said he's off to the Winding Woods if you feel like searching. That's what it is. The Winding Woods. All right, I'm gonna grab this item really quick. Let's not rush. Boop. That wasn't at all worth it. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, cool. Let's go down here. I guess we'll go to Route 21. I think it's off of Route 21. I just don't remember. But we'll find it. All good. No stressor. We've already done the bulk of this episode. So at this point, guys, we are just loving life. We will try and get an encounter really quick. After this battle, of course. Hello, Tailglow. Please don't. Please don't. That would be terrible. Let's just O-wing. It's really hard for me to sit here with 50, not literally, but a pack of what was 50 donut holes right next to me and just not eat them. I just want you to know. Means nothing, I get it. It's totally fine, but I'm just telling you they're here and I want them here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, seriously? We're just gonna try for it. I mean, this thing's not gonna take us out. We might take ourselves out. All right, one more shot. Mario, are you kidding me? Don't do this. Don't do this. All right, we're not that guy. We're not doing it. Oh, jeez. I will say the Winding Woods is a little annoying to get through. So we'll get a gauge. We'll see where we're at. We're probably at about close to 45 minutes right now. We'll see. We'll see where we end up. Pangoro, look at you, big dog. We're gonna EQ you. I have to think this does a reasonable amount, if not all of it. Pretty close. And we are bulky. I love Torterra. I really think Torterra is one of my favorite grass starters. I like Venusaur a lot. Chestnut's fine. I'm trying to think who else. Meganium kind of sucks. Guys, what is these encounters late game are terrible. I'm owing it solely because I want it to not be alive anymore. I just don't want it. I don't want it here. I don't want it in this game anymore. The ID'd Pokemon that we have just encountered is no longer with us, and I'm happy about it. I just didn't want it. Sylvia, level 58. Love it. Whoop. Just gonna zip past you real quick. Okay, so there is the league. We know that much. We've been to Route 22, which is, I believe, this one. Yeah. All right, so Route 22, for the record, is like early game. You can go to the right there and get an encounter, which we did. Okay, so it is... Am I just silly? I might just be silly. Then that's fine. I'm usually pretty silly. All right, let's head back real quick. And we will find it together. Can't believe I've... Nope. I know, like, I thought it was just south of the city, which, I mean, it's saying it is. I can't believe I'm not able to figure this out. Honestly, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe this is our sign to just pause here, heal up, call it a day, and then plan to do gym leader and all that such in the next episode. And maybe the next episode is just kind of a big one where we go get the gym leader, beat the gym, and get through Victory Road if we can. That'd be a pretty sick episode. That's all I'm saying. And then the final episode, I think the final episode, guys, the plan is we're just going to go all the way through Elite Four Champion AZ battle. I think we're just going all the way through it in a single episode. I think it's going to be a big one, but it should be a really fun one at the very least. So all that to say, guys, this was great. We took down Team Flare. We made it all the way to the final gym location, and we're setting ourselves up that we're only going to have another like 2 episodes before the end of this series. Now, what will probably happen, if I had to guess, and I'll maybe try and pre-plan a little bit, I might be able to get another, either a Nuzlocke or something in between now and Legends ZA. I don't know what that will be. But I would love to give something a shot in between now and then. I don't want to stop the content, if that makes sense. I just don't know what it's going to be yet. So if you have suggestions, leave them down below. Absolutely love to hear it. But we should only have about 2 more episodes. So we've got about a week to figure it out. So we'll see. Regardless, guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode. Thanks, guys.